In 2012, the city of Omaha expanded legal protections to transgender people.
But difficulties for the LGBT community are still there. The struggle for acceptance and the struggle within. KMTV Action 3 News reporter Megan Matthews has our special report, Trapped in Your Own Body.
Growing up in Nebraska, where the good life is. For most people, it all started in a small town on a farm. That's how life began for Brooklyn Danielle McGroarty.
A very small community, like no one wanted to be different. It was, a farmer town.
Just outside of Plattsmouth, Nebraska, Brooke knew all about different.
Inside of my head, I would see myself in a different way walking down the halls. I would see myself in a different outfit, and I did not picture myself as I was.
As she looks at herself through a mirror today, Brooke has come a long way.
But it gives like that flawless appearance, especially on stage.
She didn't used to look like this because Brooke was born a boy.
Real name is Jeremy Lee McGroarty.
That name and that life is an old chapter for her, filled with many hard days and struggle, the teasing and taunting from classmates, and mostly the battle with herself.
It's hard because your exterior is one thing, but on the inside you're screaming something else.
Brooke is a transgender person, male to female.
Deep down, it was never about the sexuality for me. It was just like, I'm not a male. I've never felt like a man. I'm a female through and through.
At age 21, Brooke moved to the big city, Omaha, a chance to get away from the farm and grow into a new self.
I started performing, and then I started wearing the makeup, and then I started wearing a little bit more makeup in the daytime, and then just from there, it just kind of took off.
At 23, she started her transition.
7 girls competed the year I won, and it's one of the toughest pageants.
Dressing the part, wearing eyelashes and makeup, in the daytime and to work. In her mirror, she now saw Brooke, but strangers still saw the shadow of Jeremy.
It's rough. You have your rough days because you have those people who feel the need to say things, and it hurts, and it really hurts, and I don't show it right then and there, but on the inside it kills me.
Throughout my childhood, I felt like I should be a boy, but I didn't know that was possible.
Ryan Salins knows that pain too. He grew up as a girl in Aurora, Nebraska.
But I did struggle a lot in my hometown just because I never felt like I fit in. I always felt different. I always felt wrong in my skin. It's distressing because you can't have authentic relationships with yourself and with other people when you're not being validated for who you are.
Ryan's transition is nationally known. Since 2005, he's traveled the United States, visiting colleges and universities, sharing his trans story.
I want them to believe in themselves. I want them to know that no matter what anybody else says about you, that's their stuff, and you just have to honor who you are.
And for Ryan, that meant physically changing his entire body through hormones and surgeries.
If I wouldn't have transitioned, I don't know if I'd still be here. And that's the case that we see for a lot of people. Suicide attempts and actual committed suicide is very high in the trans community.
So is homelessness and lack of health coverage because transgendered people often have trouble finding work.
Still, applying for jobs is hard because people still label you and still people want to look at you differently. More and more people accept it and just really take it seriously. The support is going to come with more of us coming forward and just living our lives, I feel like.
Living a life with a changed gender, openly, authentically, and without apology.
I'm a human being like anybody else, and I want to follow my interests and be with my family and play with my pets and do everything that, anybody else wants to do.
I want to prove, don't be scared. Don't let it hold you back. Just live your life and be happy. Don't hide in the shadows anymore.
Brooke and Ryan believe that's the way to change hearts and minds. It's been a long road from that small Nebraska town, but finally, life really is good. Megan Matthews, KMTV, Action 3 News.